weeks. I respect you, and I won't be revealing anything in these reviews, just talking about like the episodes themselves and some lore, but most of that will be in the breakdown. Something else that I really liked about the episode was that we got blood. We got blood, folks. I was wondering if they were going to keep the blood in when this show went to Fuji TV, because it was supposed to be a streaming show only. Then Fuji got the rights back in March, but there's blood. Tamagami slices part of Vegeta's cheek with his like trident spear thing, and there's a trickle of blood that comes down. So I know that might not be a big deal to a lot of people, but Dragon Ball Super had virtually
Zero, no blood, which, I mean, they make the blood look black to where it looks like ink coming out the cartoon character. But you know in real life that he's supposed to be bleeding. But, they want to, try to keep it kid friendly because, kid shows. But these ain't kid shows. These are adult and kid shows. Kids can watch it, but they're written for adults.
no blood till superhero, and I am not one of those guys that's like bloodthirsty where I need all my anime to be like Ninja Scroll where people are just gushing everywhere. I'm not that kind of guy, although that stuff can be fun, and I do like horror movies. But blood
He says,
adds a
although
layer of tension, and it adds it's a storytelling tool that is used to say, okay, this is dangerous. Just like in real life when we bleed. That's so if used correctly, it works. And I think it worked here, even though it was a little bit of blood. Also, quick sidebar, Jump Festa is today, and at some point tonight there may be some news about Daima or Super. I know the Daima panel's going on during the day in Japan, which is about 3 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast of the United States. So if you don't want to stay up, that's fine. I'm going to probably wake up and cover it. If anything big happens, I'll obviously do a video on it. There's rumors of a trailer for like the rest of Daima. There's also talk of there's rumors about Dragon Ball Super in the manga. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I know that January's Feed Jump will not have Dragon Ball Super in it. So it'll be after January, if anything, but we don't have any dates on that yet. So let's see if Jump Festa announces anything. I'm going to tell you now, though, keep your expectations low. But that we'll get to that. So Neva and Piccolo, I want to discuss real quick briefly. I do like how they brought up Katatsu, and apparently Piccolo, probably through Nail, has memories of Neva. He's like one of the oldest Namekian legend. That's probably why the episode's called Legend. And he actually tells Piccolo he looks like Katatsu, which is, of course, the Nameless Namekian's father. The Nameless Namekian was referred to as the son of Katatsu in the original manga. Katats or Katatsu, doesn't matter which way you say it. It's the same thing. It's like Kakarot and Kakarato. It just depends on which abbreviation of the language you're using, or approximation. But that's interesting. And it was cool to see that lore sort of get tied back together, but Piccolo not knowing Namekian was irritating. Now, they did reveal the whole thing about the Namekian language. The context of that is that they're going to need to take Neba with them, because apparently to summon the demonic dragon, you have to speak Namekian. Now, that is like Porunga, because of course it's an originally made, by an original Namekian on, presumably whatever Demon World 2's version of Namekian language is. I guess it's still called Namekian, but it would probably be whatever existed way back. Like, these Dragon Balls are very old. They existed way back. And actually, now that we know that the Demon Realm existed prior to the multiverse, does that mean that the demonic Dragon Balls do predate the Super Dragon Balls? Something to think about. I don't know yet. Something to think about, though, because we don't know exactly when they were made. We just know that the Dragon Balls have been in the Demon Realm since before Planet Namek had their balls. So Neba was the only Namekian to not leave. Now we know that for certain. He's the last one left in Demon World 2. I want to talk a little bit about Majin Ku also. I enjoyed the fact that he was so happy to have a brother. Like, he was almost like a fanboy for Majin Doo. And Majin Doo did perform better against Tamagami 1 than Majin Ku did. So it's kind of funny because we have a situation where Majin Ku is clearly the little brother of